Welcome to video number 4. We're going to talk about researching hashtags. So right now it's just time to do some research to kind of get an idea of what's trending, what's doing well in your specific niche, whatever that might be, and we'll go from there. So first things first, I want to talk about websites that basically show you what is trending. So if you really don't have a specific product or service that you want to promote and you just want to get some ideas first and start doing some brainstorming, there is a specific website called StatTweet Sticks. So kind of like statistics, but tweets sticks. So StatWeSticks. So StatWeesticks. It's definitely a tongue twister. But if you go to the site and go to the hashtags tab here, you don't really need to type this in. You're going to see the trending hashtags within the 24 hours, within this week, within this month, within this year, and so forth. And you can actually see what's moving out, what's moving down, what's about the same, and what people are talking about basically. So if you want to hone in on, specific games, for example, video games, other things like that, then you can easily do that and get into these little niches. Now, obviously, you as a business owner or a nonprofit, or you're trying to get your message out, most likely you're not really interested in trending hashtags in general. What you're interested in is trending hashtags or hashtags that are widely used within your niche. So what I recommend you do is you go to a website called hashtags.org. We're also going to use Twitter, but I just want to show you a few websites you can use first that are free. And all you have to do is simply enter the hashtag right here. So let's say, for example, that I have a company. It's a doggy bakery, and I cook doggy cakes and cakes specifically for dogs, and I can send them over all around the country for people. So I'm going to type something like dog bakery and see what I get. Now, what I like about this tool is it doesn't really give you a whole lot of detail unless you upgrade, but it gives you enough data that you can go to Twitter to finish your research. But basically, it shows you kind of a 24-hour trend graph for a specific niche. Now, obviously, it took my dog bakery and it turned into dog, but that's because I need to squish the words together. But anyhow, this is my audience here. And as you can see, what's neat about this is it tells you the estimated tweets per hour for this specific hashtag. So within the 6 p.m. period, which is generally the time people get off work, or 5 p.m., that's when the most tweets are happening. Now, of course, they get home, they're at home, they're sleeping, so there's not a lot of activity. And then they go to work, and then bam, they're at work, not doing anything, and they're tweeting again. So that gives me a good idea of my market because I've already done the demographic research. So now I know what their day looks like. I can compare this with other terms as well. We could say something like puppy and see if we get something similar. And as we can see, it looks like 5 p.m., not a lot of tweets. 7 p.m., there's a lot of tweets. But that could be just a time difference, a time change. But within the matter of just 2 hours span, that's the highest peak. And it looks like there's not a lot here, and then it's like, bam, around 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. That's when they tweet. So this kind of gives you a analysis of their lifestyle so that you can take the demographic data, take their lifestyle, and you have a better idea of possibly what's going on in their brains. Because Think about it. That's really, really important because if you know what's going on in their brains, it's easier to start or join a conversation that they have already started or that you have started. Now, this tool has related hashtags, but you got to upgrade. I'm going to show you a way around this. There's actually another tool that you can use to get related hashtags. So really what I'm after here is just the graph. Now, when I have this data, what I do is I move over to Twitter, and twitter.com is here. And at the top, you can easily just put a pound sign like this, doggy cake, and see what people are talking about in terms of doggy cakes. So like I said, if I'm a doggy bakery and I want to know if people are interested in this type of stuff, then I can see this. So, okay, doggy cake, homemade, delicious, blah, 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 Instagram. So they have actually a picture of the doggy cake. And we can see this right here, cupcakes and bakery, doggy cake, blah, blah, blah. It's actually editable. So what I'm doing here is I'm just going down here and just trying to get an idea of how does doggy cake fit in to the overall sentence structure, so I can understand really what's going on in the minds of my audience. So I want you to do the same thing. Look at the sentence structure. How do they use the word within the whole sentence itself? And look at these pictures along as well. Does it kind of line up with the demographics that you've already done research on? Because this will actually give you a better view on how to reach these types of people just by doing research. And by doing this, you can think, okay, doggy cake is very, very popular. Maybe doggy cupcake is not really that popular, so I'm going to stick with doggy cake. So that's really the goal here, is to figure out what's hashtags that you want to use and which ones you don't really want to use. So really, there's no right or wrong answer at the moment. The right answer later down the road is to find out which hashtags are being the most, and possibly which hashtag conversations have even more conversations going on. We can drop on over to Facebook and do the same thing. Now, as you can see, I went to Facebook and I typed in pound or hashtag doggy cake, and we see a couple responses, not a whole lot. One thing I will say is that you will get more tweets and more responses at Twitter, because Twitter really is all about hashtags. Facebook, in a way, may not be as much, but you still can get some traffic from Facebook. So don't think because you're not getting a lot of as much as Twitter that you can't get as much with Facebook. Facebook, you might get less, but hey, it's still targeted traffic. And you can move this on to Instagram, other social media sites as well.